We have an interview with Socks in the Frying Pan today on the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, show number 762. Welcome to the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, helping you celebrate Celtic culture through music. I am Mark Gunn. I am a Celtic musician and also host of Pub Songs and Stories. This podcast is for fans of all kinds of Celtic music. We're here to build a diverse Celtic community and help the incredible artists who so generously share their music with you. If you hear music you love, please email the artists, let them know you heard them on the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast. These musicians are not part of some corporation. They are small indie groups that rely on people just like you to support their music so they can keep creating it. Please show your generosity by a CD, album pen, shirt, digital download, or best of all, join their community on Patreon. Regular support is a wonderful way to support these bands. You can find a link to all the artists in the show notes along with show times when you visit our website at CelticMusicPodcast.com. I'm excited. I did an interview with Socks in the Frying Pan back in March. They were playing at Eddie's Attic in Decatur, and I not only went to see the show, but beforehand, I went out a little bit early and interviewed them. I will share that in a little bit. In the meantime, we kicked off the show with Téada, that was Reels, Paddy Ryan's Dream, The Winding Roads of Advance, Danny Meehan's, and Mick Fitzpatrick's from their album As the Days Brighten. Next up is Amadan with Johnny Jump Up and Swallowtail Jig. It was originally from an album called Sons of Liberty, which I can't seem to find online now, but it is also available on my The Secret World of Celtic Rock compilation that I released back in 2005. It is a great compilation. If you like Celtic rock music, go check it out. Here's Amadan.
They call it the madhouse, I can't find the lead. When I got up there, the truth of the trial, they had the poor bugger locked up in his cell. Says the guard just thing and say this was if you can. Around the regular rocks go round. Till then I'm not crazy, till then I'm not mad. It was only 6 pints of that cider I had. Oh never, oh never, oh never again. If I lived to 100 or 110, I fell to the ground and I couldn't get up after drinking a pint of that Johnny Jump Up. Died in the Union by the name of Nab. They washed him and placed him outside on a slab. After the coroner's measurements to take, so I took him home to a bloody fine wake. About 12 o'clock and the bear was high, and the corpse he sat up, and he says with a sigh, I get to heaven, they will let me up until I bring them a pint of that Johnny Jump Up. Oh never, oh never, oh never again. If I lived to 100 or 110, I fell to the ground and I couldn't get up after drinking a pint of that Johnny Jump Up. Oh never, oh never, oh never again. If I lived to 100 or 110, I fell to the ground and I couldn't get up after drinking a pint of that Johnny Jump Up.
let's do a fiddle tune for you. We're going to play a tune called Fisher's Hornpipe. Now, if you're at home and you want to clap along, but also for our folks here, okay?
That was Old Man Flanagan's Ghost with Fisher's Hornpipe. It's from a live album that they released. So today I'm really excited again. Socks in the Frying Pan. I got them on the podcast a number of years back and then was unable to reach them for a long time. And then finally I had them back on the show with some new music and love some of the stuff that they put out. But it was so cool meeting them over at Eddie's Attic. So Eddie's Attic they have a porch at the top of this venue, and we sat outside in the beautiful March weather. It was a little bit warm, but as you will hear, there's a lot of background noise. There's some sort of truck at some point that shows up during the interview. So I apologize for that, but I hope you enjoy the actual interview. Here is my interview with Socks in the Frying Pan. All right, today we have Socks in the Frying Pan. We are at Eddie's Attic here in Decatur, Georgia, and y'all are touring through. What brings you to Atlanta?
Eddie's Attic brings us to Atlanta. We're on a 5-week tour, I think, throughout the States. Never sat down to count that, but I think it's around 5 weeks. So we've done Midwest, we've done the West Coast, we've gone up as far as Canada, and now we're back here in the East-ish.
So this is the end of the tour, huh?
We kind of just passed past the halfway point. We've 12 gigs done and 10 to go. So.
All right. And you are Shane.
That's me.
And what's your last name?
Hayes.
Shane Hayes of Socks in the Frying Pan.
The good-looking one is
That's the way you like to talk about it. So tell me, let's get started by, tell me about the band. How did Socks in the Frying Pan get started?
The band originally started about 17 years ago in Ennis, County Clare, our hometown, and I was working in a pub called Cruises Bar over the summer, just after my final year of college, and the musicians that were playing that night cancelled, and the barman said to me, "Can you cover the show?" And I said, "I've no one to play, but I haven't played shows for so long." I was only a kid as well, and I called everybody on my list, and I mean everybody. I called people I wanted to play with, I called people I would play with, I called people I didn't want to play with but I would have played with, and at the very, 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 very bottom of the list was a guy that he wasn't even on the list, was a guy that I knew through a mutual friend, that I knew he played guitar, but I knew he played rock guitar, and had no idea, but I was so badly stuck, and I was trying to help out the manager really. So I called him, and we ended up playing great together, and then he said, "Do you want to cover that again tomorrow night?" So we ended up doing 7 nights a week.
Wow.
My brother joined. My brother was a senior in high school, and he joined us soon after that, and
What's
we've
his
been
name?
Fiacra, is my brother's name, and we were going for about it's been 17 years. That was 17 years ago.
Wow.
And about 3 years ago my brother stepped away to travel the world. He actually is in Guatemala and Mexico at the moment. I think he got sick of going to places and not seeing them. So like we're just really good at that, as like it's the nature of the job. You get to a place, you don't see it, you move on, and he just got sick of that, so he wanted to see the world. So and Edon, our original guitar player, had a baby about a year ago, so that his wings clipped, so the lad stepped away, so I've been joined now by Mr. Callum Bell and Mr. Dave McKinley Ward.
Yeah.
So
Welcome.
they were also bottom of the list.
All right. And where did the name come from?
If I tell you that, Mark, I have to kill you. That's
Oh,
the,
dang it.
that's
I was hoping we'd get that,
No,
that secret.
the last surviving member can say it as their final words on their deathbed. That's so I'm looking forward to that being me and go, come closer, go to hell.
All right. So now you were telling me beforehand that you currently live in Florence.
Florence, Italy, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I met a woman.
Of course you did.
That's the only explanation that's ever needed.
Right.
Like, she said she wouldn't move, I said I wouldn't move, so we compromised and I moved.
Right. And how long you been there?
I've been there about 4 years. I've been off and on for 4 years. I was teaching high school at home for
In Ennis?
in just outside Ennis, yeah,
Okay.
in a place called Scariff, and which features in Rogue One, Star Wars Rogue One. There's
Really?
a little reference for you as well. That's the planet they actually had to sneak off to get to Death Star plans. And there's for anyone listening that appreciates that reference, there you go.
I want to go find this now.
Isolating 50% of the audience immediately.
Isolating 98% of the audience. So yeah, I was teaching on Scar for about 8 years, and then met her over there. So we did every 2 weeks. We took turns going over to Florence and to Ennis for 2 years, and then I've been there full time for the last 2 years or so.
Fantastic.
So yeah, it's great.
Wow. All right. Well, why don't we get started with some music? And what are you going to play for us?
We'll play the last track off our latest album, Waiting for Inspiration, and this one is called Beetlejig, which is inspired by, obviously, Beetlejuice, the movie. We were just having fun recording the stuff, and then we were in the studio one of the days, myself and my brother, and got the idea. We started just talking about how great that theme tune was, because the second Beetlejuice movie was coming out, and we were just talking about how great the theme song was. So we played it, and then thought, something, we should totally do some of those, the dead choir we called it. So we got a few people in to do these things in the background. So. Which probably won't feature on this podcast, but
It might not.
Check out the
Listen to
album.
some
actually.
Dead People Wander.
Yeah.
So your latest album you put out on Kickstarter.
Yes.
And you got it fully funded?
We did, yeah. We've been very lucky with that. We did that for the last few albums, actually. Kickstarter is a great way to do things because you can pay for the fees up front for things. I mean, like most people are going to buy them, and I guess so much of our fan base is in America that people will buy stuff in advance, so we can just pay for the stuff in advance. I mean, the CD market is obviously gone. It's an obsolete technology at this stage as well. So the problem is, as a musician, you still have to put out new music. So you've just lost an entire source of a stream of income, but you still have to pay all the prices of recording the album and stuff. So it's a great way to do it, to offset some of the loss. Which is a pain in the ass that you have to do that, and that's the way it's gone. But that is the way it's gone. So, but the Kickstarter was great. So just let people. Some people don't even have a CD player, but they were buying CDs to support anyway. So and you can add things like vinyl, which has made a bit of a comeback and things as well. But it was great to get it funded, great to get it supported. So
the album's called Waiting for Inspiration. Mm-hmm. What was the inspiration?
This was. I think if you were to sum up how the band has operated for so many years, this is like the perfect thing. We were in the studio, and somebody said to my brother, "Any ideas for what the album should be called?" And he goes, "I have no idea. Waiting for Inspiration." Actually, there you go. Call it that. So that's where the name came.
Is that a true story?
That's a true story. That's true. Yeah.
Just want to check.
But that's usually
100% true.
It could have been made.
60% true. 60% of the time it's true. 100% of the time. That's kind of how we have operated as a band. It's like just something random, and then it just set itself like that. So.
All right. And the song. Tell me about the music on there. How did you pick those tracks? And
they're all original for the new album. We kind of, which is very rare to hear in a trad album. We kind of just said at the start, rather than we didn't want to do album number 2, 3, 4, or 5. So I think the stress of album number 1 was so bad and we're still paying off some of the bills for the therapy sessions that went in after the first album. So 2, 3, we swore we'd never do it again after number 3, and then we swore we'd never do it again after number 4, and then I was kind of saying we kind of probably should record something, but then we said, how about we just do it entirely differently for a much more different experience this time, and how about we write everything from scratch. So of the 5 songs, I wrote one of the songs, my brother Fico wrote 2, Ed on guitar wrote 2, and then of the tunes, Fico wrote a couple and I wrote the rest of them. So it's all original. So
fantastic. Yeah. And why don't we go into play a song? Is that what you had?
Sure. Yeah. We play something off one of the older albums, maybe. This one is this. Yeah, sure. This one is my favorites. Is it? Well, just for you, Callum. Then we'll do Slipjigs and Reels. This one is I think written by a guy called Steve Tilson. If I have that right, it's called Slipjigs and Reels. So it's a great song.
He was barely a man in his grandfather's coat, thrown into the lining a 10-shilling note. It's goodbye to the family, goodbye to the shore. When a man seeks his fortune, you'll see him no. Tossed like a cork, and then one fine morning decided in New York. So we stood in the gangplank, breathing the air. Hello, land of plenty, I've come for my share. Yes, he did like the ladies, the rise and the fall of their ankles and dresses down on the dance floor, rolling the dice, spinning the wheel. But he took most delight in the Slipjigs and Reels. Well, some say a pistol and some say a knife, but all were agreed there was somebody's wife. Some kind of commotion, a terrible fight, and he left St. Louis, just one jump ahead. He slept one eye open with a 6-gun in bed, and he dreamed of the green fields and mountains of home, while crossing the plains where the buffalo roam. Yes, he did like the ladies, the rise and the fall of their ankles and dresses down on the dance floor, rolling the dice, spinning the wheel. But he took most delight in the slipjigs and Yes, he did like the ladies, the rise and the fall of their ankles and dresses down on the dance floor, rolling the dice, spinning the wheel. But he took most delight in the slipjigs and reels. Yes, he did like the ladies, the rise and the fall of their ankles and dresses down on the dance floor, rolling the dice and spinning the wheel. But he took most delight in the slipjigs and reels.
What album is that from?
The first one. That was the very first. Yeah, it's probably one of the two, I'd say, one or two or three of our most well-known / well-requested songs. There's no getting away from that one ever. Put it like that, like so.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
It's been a while. All right, so in this section, I want to talk about life and music. Let's start with a question: if there's a place that someone should go visit, wherever y'all are from, either currently or in the past.
A
lot of people like to travel for the podcast and the podcast. They like to see Ireland. They like to see wherever. But some of us like to travel anywhere. So, what kind of places would you think about?
Well, it's a lovely segue because I was actually going to try and plug Irish bus tours and Italian bus tours on this podcast that I'm doing anyway. So that's perfect. So I couldn't speak highly enough of Ireland, and if you need to go to Ireland, spend a week in Ireland. I can show you around. I do these week-long music, whiskey and landscape, basically tours of Ireland, and then week-long tours of Italy as well, and they're back-to-back. So I do. Well, there's two. There's one in April. There's one in the Northern Ireland in Donegal that leads directly into the Amalfi Coast in Rome, and then in October there's one in the southwest of Ireland, and that leads into Tuscany, so Florence and Cinque Terre and all that.
So you go to both?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's 2 weeks, a week and a week. But
Okay. So you're saying whiskey? Are you taking them to have grappa in Italy, or are they? There's some good whiskey distilleries?
No, there's no whiskey distilleries, but we do go to vineyards. So we go to a couple of different vineyards, and some of them are so cool. I mean, like there's one we're going to on Mount Vesuvius, which is on the volcano itself. So you're talking about volcanic soil. So it's like one of a kind type thing, so different. And then there's obviously the Tuscany stuff, the Chiantis, and all that jazz as well. So there's just. These are not good weeks to do if you're trying to lose weight.
Right.
They're good weeks. But I do think Ireland and Italy are both countries that everyone should try and visit at least once. Anyone that's going to Europe, I mean, they're great countries to visit. Switzerland is unbelievable for views up the mountain. France is unbelievable. If you like cheese, go to France.
Is there a specific place that really jumps in your mind that you're always wanting to say you have to go see this?
Not really, I guess. No, there's so many of them. Like I wouldn't be biased to. I've just had so many of those moments where everybody should see this. And when you see the Grand Canyon, like for anyone that has, you kind of have that moment of wow, like it just catches you. There's no words, and you kind of see, wow, what have I done with my life? That type of. I've done nothing with my life. This type of. But like you have moments like that. I mean, the Cliffs of Moher do something similar. They can on a good day. Inisheer in Ireland is it's an unbelievable place as well if you get the right weather and stuff. There's places in Italy like the David is obviously very cool, seeing Michelangelo stuff, but he did a crucifix, this giant wooden crucifix. It's not as detailed as the David or anything, but it's just hanging in one place in Florence, and like that catches me every time that I think he was 19 and he was just staying with the family for a summer, and as a thank you he just carved this for them. And like hundreds of years later it's still hanging there. You're kind of going, that's a senior in high school, for their art project as a senior. You're like, there's so many things around the world that just travel is just so good for the mind and the soul. It's just like
And I will say that I think traveling, it really matters the context that you're brought to a place. And if you have bad energy going to a beautiful place, sometimes you can't even see it. And Shane is a real master of kind of connecting people, and when they have the experience, they feel really connected to the person showing it to them, and just it really elevates the experience to something you can really remember. So
do y'all,
he's a master.
Thanks, buddy. Do y'all go on the trips too? Is it a band thing?
One of these days.
One of these days I'm going to bring them. Yeah. Okay. So it's just me for now, but David is doing tours of strip club parking lots.
Pit beef tours.
Pit beef tours.
Shane will dangle these tours as a little carrot at the end of our runs, but we've never been good enough to go yet.
They'll be brought soon enough. Yeah.
I believe it. Yeah. All right. One of the things I find whenever you're traveling and playing all over the place is you find a lot of amazing musicians, up and coming ones, people that we might not hear about. Can you think of any up and coming musicians that you're been like, oh man, you really need to hear this person or this band or whatever?
There's a certain fiddle player, Martin Hayes.
He's this up and coming guy.
I think he might have what it takes.
He's a couple of lucky breaks. It's a good question. Wow.
We met those chaps, the contradance players. They were very nice in Seattle. What were their names?
Yeah, they were good.
Countercurrents. Yeah, they were fantastic.
Yeah,
Definitely recommend.
It probably when I'm asked about what do I feel luckiest about being on the road is that we do get exposed to music that you wouldn't hear otherwise. Like we end up in a lot of the bluegrass scenes as well, and like we just are exposed to so much more music that doesn't get back to Ireland, or it doesn't even get around America. Like just being that travelling band that you meet a lot of other similar sized travelling bands. Some of them could be just unbelievable, so good. There's a singer-songwriter that's bringing out an album in Baltimore pretty soon. I think he's supposed to be very good album anyway. It's coming out this year. Dave McKinley Ward is the guy's name.
You got it.
I was like, what? Who is this guy?
I should know him. So you're putting out an album as well?
Yeah, I recorded a solo album in January.
Okay.
We'll see when it gets out, but hopefully this year.
You're aiming for sometime later this year?
Yes. I mean, it's
any minute now.
It's mixed, or it's edited. It just needs to be mixed. And
what kind of stuff are you doing?
It's kind of a mix of original songs and traditional songs with a few kind of instrumentals that I contrived. But yeah, it's a weird band. It's a weird project, weird band. but I'm really proud of it and look forward to people hearing it.
Weird in the sense that everyone is either under 4 foot or over 7 foot. There, nothing to do with the music. I threw you there, didn't I?
Well, there's always I always have usually have a few, and I'm drawing a blank on my last question that I usually come up with.
Favorite burrito?
Ooh, Los Amigos. Davis Square, boss.
It's alarming how fast the question and answer came there.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Ask a question from someone else.
Ask a question to somebody else.
What kind of questions would you ask?
There's a lot of humor coming up here.
That's okay. Humor's fine.
Possibilities.
That's an interesting angle here.
Favorite meal on the road, Callum?
Favorite meal on the road would...
Famously does not like everything.
No, listen. I'm a lover of food. I'm a foodie. I'm just highly opinionated.
That's not true at all.
It's all true.
Yeah, I'd say you're more of a hater of food.
Here's what we've learned about Callum so far. It's like you could bring Callum to the nicest place in the world, and it's like you bring him to a 3-star Michelin restaurant, give him their steak off the menu. Oh, this is the worst 3-star. This is more like a 2-star. This is the worst thing I've ever tasted in my life. Like everywhere you bring him, it's like this is the worst thing I've ever. This is the worst I've ever had. What did you tell me in the lift today? What did you have for breakfast yesterday? 5 Guys, and for dinner, Domino's
That's
pizza.
right. It was terrible.
I'm a real foodie.
Terrible. Shit.
No, to be fair, I do believe that Callum likes good food.
So do I.
Hell yeah.
When he busted chops.
Good chef.
He's
good
just
chef.
constantly disappointed.
Yeah.
And
I know
also
too much about
constantly
it.
wandering into the disappointment from his own foolish choices.
Yeah.
Such as Domino's Pizza.
Yeah. Rotten.
But he was happy with the Domino's.
Although if you're listening,
No,
Domino's, we love your pizza.
I bit into it this morning. I put it in the fridge. It was rock hard frozen. So I did not like it.
Again, user error. User error.
Can't blame Domino's for that.
Yeah, well, I'll blame someone.
Have you ever had these frozen pizzas? They're terrible.
What were they
They're
doing?
ice cold. Why would anybody buy
Why
these?
were they doing that?
All right, let's go on to the next track that we can.
See what you started
what do
to
you
know.
want to tell a story about?
We've done the last track off our last album. We'll do the first track off our first album. I think this is one of these ones that we came out. It's just 3 tunes, but we came out to the States years ago, and we only had one album to play from. So this track got played at every single show we did for the first year. So it didn't get played again for the next 3 years after that. But it kind of made a reappearance when digging into the archives for this tour. But I've actually kind of started to find a like for it again. So they're just good tunes. So
I like it.
I like for it. I love for it. They say.
So, last questions. How do people find you online? Where are you heading out to, and how do people find you online?
We are playing at the Dayton Celtic Festival in Dayton, Ohio, for our 12th time in a row, which is pretty cool. We are in Cincinnati on the Monday after that. We are in Iowa at the Iowa Celtic Festival the following week. We are at Chicago Gaelic Park for the Celtic Festival there in August. The Dayton Celtic Festival is July. The Iowa Celtic Festival is the first weekend of August. Then towards the end of August we're in Chicago Gaelic Park. Then we're in Peoria Irish Fest. Then we're in Kansas City Irish Fest. Labor Day weekend in September. Then we are in Winfield, Kansas, back to the Bluegrass Festival over there the third weekend in September, and we'll be dotted across different places along the way as well. So,
and you can remember all that from the top of your head?
I know, it's incredible.
What the heck?
Is it? So we'll be there.
And people can find you online at
socksandthefryingpan.com.
And you're on all the socials?
On all the socials. If anyone wants to check out that tour, the name of the tour company is it's my company, it's Mr. Tour Guy, MRTOURGUY.com.
Alright, sounds good.
Don't know why I needed to put on that accent. Saying that.
Well, why don't we finish up with one final story to tell, and then we'll close it out with that.
Do you want to tell them about that guy you killed?
Yeah, who's got the story?
There's a time to... We'll try. This is a Scots Gaelic one. This one is called Mormond Braes. Say 90% of the stories we have can't be told, really, can they? They're like the sanctity of the car, really. Join us in the car someday. That'll be anyone is welcome to join us in the car. Maybe we should do that. What's his name? Was it James Corden? Is it the carpool karaoke?
Right.
Do something different. Just the socks reveal episode 12. The time Callum killed a guy. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
as well.
Cheers. Mormond, what's
Mormond Braes. It's a Scottish song. It means beautiful hills. Well, supposedly means beautiful hills in Scots Gaelic. Somebody said that years ago, and none of us speak Scots Gaelic, so we haven't actually been able to know if that's what it means or not. So, but unless anyone speaks Scots Gaelic, it means beautiful hills.
It definitely means beautiful.
Definitely.
Hope you enjoyed that interview. Next up is the Celtic Kitchen Party with the COVID-19 shanty from Last Call.
In the town of Wuhan, some germs from an animal made a big leap and infected a few. And nobody thought it would be a pandemic, and now the whole world's in a hullabaloo. It didn't take long for the germs to go global in planes and trains and cruises by sea. Now locked in our homes and trying to stay sober, we can't even watch the live sports on TV. 6 long months in isolation, 6 long months there was nothing at all. 6 long months in isolation, this lockdown is driving me up the wall. I tried to go out, got sent back in again. I went out again, straight back in again. Sick to death of the social distance and finished the lockdown for once and for all. The experts say keep 2 meters distance and never to gather in couples and groups. And eating at home is a total disaster. I'm fat as a fool eating pasta and soups. Now Trump took it lightly, there's no need to panic. 'Tis only a flu, not to worry at all. Talking shite and blaming China when Mexico begs him to finish the wall. 6 more months in isolation, 6 more months without toilet roll. I wish to God I had constipation because I had nothing for wiping me whole. I tried to go out, got sent back in again. I went out again, straight back in again. Sick to death of the social distance and finished the lockdown for once and for all. 6 more months in isolation, 6 more months there was nothing at all. 6 more months in isolation, this lockdown is driving me up the wall. 6 more months in isolation, the planet has never looked greener before. But back to the grind to pay off the mortgage. The world just won't be the same anymore.
Johnny awoke with an ache in his head. Bad dreams had made him ill, and he grumbled as he dressed despite his duress as he made his way to the mill. Well, he never wanted to work that day, but the foreman had made himself clear. So Johnny dreamed of the eve to come when he'd drink him beer after beer, singing, I'll drink from dusk till dawn, I'll drink a toast to day's end. Yes, I'll drink from dusk till dawn, I'll drink to the health of me friends. It was a cold morning, went straight to his bones. Oh, he wished that he had him some ale. Just one fine glass of that stout Guinness would hold him to the end of the trail. When his mouth had watered the thought of ale, by the time he'd arrive, he'd decide that not even death could keep him away from his friends and their favorite dive. They'd sing, I'll drink from dusk till dawn, I'll drink a toast to day's end. Yes, I'll drink from dusk till dawn, I'll drink to the health of me friends. Johnny worked hard all the day, his mind away drinking alone. And he told his friends of the pledge he'd made and the fantasy that kept him afloat. Come hell or high water, I'll drink with you, nothing could keep me away. When the day came to end, he left with a friend. Together they walked and they sang. They sang, I'll drink from dusk till dawn, I'll drink a toast to day's end. Yes, I'll drink from dusk till dawn, I'll drink to the health of me friends. On the road they came to a bridge of rope, and there they met with a man with a scythe in his hand and an evil grin. 'Twas old Death who cut Johnny down. Johnny's friend crossed himself, swore 'twas the truth, as we told the story to the bar. And they all recalled Johnny's last words, I'll drink come hell or high water. He sang, I'll drink from dusk till dawn, I'll drink a toast to day's end. Yes, I'll drink from dusk till dawn, I'll drink to the health of me friends. Well, the door swung open, a cold wind blew in, and there stood a man unafraid. He called for a beer, they realized when near, it was Johnny come back from the grave. It didn't keep me away from work, for there's nothing I live for me there. But I told you today of the pledge I'd made, you can't keep a man from his beer. Oh, well, I'll drink from dusk till dawn, I'll drink a toast to day's end. Yes, I'll drink from dusk till dawn. I'll drink to the health of me friends. Oh, well, I'll drink from dusk till dawn. I'll drink a toast to day's end. Yes, I'll drink from dusk till dawn. I'll drink to the health of me friends. I'll drink to the health of me friends. I'll drink to the health of me friends. Oh, I'll drink to the health of me friends. I'll drink to the health of me friends.
After the Celtic Kitchen Party came Brobdingnagian Bards with Johnny at the Door. It's from our album Songs of Ireland. I hope you enjoyed this week's show. Normally, I do like to ask you to vote in the Celtic Top 20 for 2026. In fact, I still want you to vote in the Celtic Top 20, but not for this episode. I'm not putting the poll up for this show since it is mostly live tracks. If you enjoy any of these tracks, you can post a comment over on Patreon. Let me know which one you like the best. If there's something that should be part of the poll for a future episode, then I might add them back into the show for that specific goal. So in any case, you can vote for episodes, past episodes, all your favorites. What were they? Get those votes in. You have just 3 weeks to vote for your favorite tracks to help me create this year's Best Celtic Music episode. It'll come out the last week of December. So get those votes in. The more, the merrier. It just really helps. All right, we're going to finish up the set with the Gothard Sisters from an old album. This is The Sailor and the Mermaid. It's from their album Story Girl. I'll be back again next week. Sláinte. Support for this program comes from Dr. Annie Lurkowski of Centennial Animal Hospital in Corona, California. Support for this program comes from John Sharkey White II. Support for this program comes from international speaker Joseph Dumond. Teaching the ancient roots of the Gaelic people. Learn more about their origins at sightedmoon.com. Support for this program comes from Cascadia Cross-Border Law Group, creating transparent borders for more than 25 years, serving Alaska and the world. Find out more at CascadiaLawAlaska.com. Support for this program comes from Hank Woodward. The Irish and Celtic Music Podcast is produced by Mark Gunn, the Celtfather, and our patrons on Patreon. The show is edited by Mitchell Peterson, with graphics by Miranda Nelson Designs. Visit our website to follow the shows. You'll find a link to all the artists played in this episode. Todd Wiley is the editor of the Celtic Music Magazine. Subscribe to get 34 Celtic MP3s for free. Plus, you'll get 7 weekly news items about what's happening with Celtic music and culture online. Best of all, you will connect with your Celtic heritage. Please tell one friend about this podcast. Word of mouth is the absolute best way to support any creative endeavor. Clean energy is one of the most powerful tools we have to fight climate change. Solar, wind, and hydro. Every kilowatt of clean power pushes fossil fuels a little further out the door. The big picture matters, and so do the small choices you make every day. This week's tip comes from the 5 R's of sustainability. The second one is reduce. You don't have to go off the grid to make a difference. Just use less. Turn off lights you don't need. Buy fewer things you don't use. Cut back where you can. Small reductions add up fast, and they cost you nothing. Your wallet and the planet will both thank you. Promote Celtic culture through music at CelticMusicPodcast.com.